Welcome everyone. If you guys are just jumping in the live, #live. If you guys are here and watching the replay, let me know, #replay. Right now we are live, and make sure that you smash a heart button so the rest of the group knows that this interview is going on. I have with me Ben Adler, who is a definite Chrome boss, and we're gonna dive into his story in just a little bit. So we want to make sure you guys are situated. Go ahead and ask us whatever Chrome extension type of questions you guys might have. Just a quick reminder, enrollment is closing today, midnight. So if you want to get in, make sure you, number one, go to the order form and click on complete order. And if you guys are more interested in, hey, Kim, I want to have a conversation before I commit, make sure that you do book a call and you contact Angel, who is here today tagging you guys. So without further ado, welcome, Ben. Thanks for showing up today, coming into my community. And let's get started with your origin story. And by the way, Ben, have you done a lot of interviews at all? Or like...
I've been on a few podcasts, like YouTube channels for people.
Okay.
But this is like my first live one, I think.
Okay, good. Yeah, from our conversation, I didn't feel like you do a lot of these live things. So I'm like, okay, like ease Ben into it kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so welcome, Ben. Take us a step. For those of my audience who don't know who you are, let's take a step back. And how did you stumble upon this world of like getting your own Chrome extension, owning your own software? Give us a little bit of your like origin story.
Well, owning a software company was actually something I wanted to do for a long time. When I was a kid, I would actually like do programs for people. So this is like kind of my childhood dream in a way, to own a software company.
Yay. And okay, so you've always wanted to own a software company since you were a little kid. What got in the way? How come you just instantly like didn't get into it right away? Tell us the path that led you to eventually doing it.
I guess I never knew like anything about marketing, or I got a job out of college, so like I never had the idea of like starting my own business, like for real. That's a big water bottle I got on screen.
Look at this. It's almost the size of, well, it's definitely bigger than the size of my head.
Yeah. And then I took a course before Chromeboss, which was like a stepping stone for me. That was like an introduction. And then a few years later,
Ben, I think your
reception,
reception,
like small tools. So that definitely piqued my curiosity. So I just there's a lot to this. I don't know, like if you want me to share my whole journey.
Yes, I do want you to share your journey. So you got into, okay, you bought a course before Chromeboss, but let's take a step even back before that. Were you like working a full-time job? Like, what does your life look like? And you've had that massive, I would say, massive success in about very quickly. And so I want to explore that too, but let them know where you came from. Like, are you a person that like published a lot of software right before? Are you working at a job? Paint us a little bit of your life.
So I used to be employed 3 years ago. I left my job to try to start my own software company like 3 years ago. I tried a couple ideas. They both didn't work out for various reasons. And then I started getting into like niche websites, doing affiliate marketing. And I had some success with that, and I built a group around that, teaching people how to build and monetize their own niche websites. And then that group has like, I started a Facebook group around that. So that's like my audience where I built my own tool to sell to. So having a group certainly helps, like ahead of time, to sell something to.
Mm-hmm.
And when I started the group, I didn't know I wasn't thinking about selling them software at the time, but I was just like building an audience. So when I did have a software to sell them, it was like a lot easier to have an audience already.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a little jumbly, my story.
Okay, so you started building an audience. Why did you feel compelled to have a Facebook group, build an audience through a Facebook group? And guys, if you're listening right now and you have a Facebook group, let me know in the comments. If you have a Facebook group, you're on your way to creating a Facebook group. I know a lot of you guys are QuickLinkConvert users, so you're using my Chrome extension to get emails from your group. And also let me know how many people are in your Facebook group. What type of audience are you building? How many people do you have in your group right now? So let me know in the comments. And also with Ben, your group is pretty sizable. So you built it up over time, not knowing, even though you wanted to own software for a long time and you try, and you said you failed and tried and failed like 2 times, or, you gave it your shot. And meanwhile, you're growing your group and you don't think to have sell to your group the software that you try to do. Is it just like a group that was organically growing and you're like, one day I'm going to do something with this group, maybe. But right now I'm just audience building. So what made you connect it? What made you go, oh, I should sell to I should create a Chrome extension and then tell my group to buy it? Like, at what point did it like click for you that the audience you've been building could be the audience of your software? It could be your users.
Well, I built the audience to create a course to sell to, but I found out I didn't like courses. I don't like making courses. So I scrapped the course idea, but I still kept the audience, of course. And I didn't have I guess I didn't have an idea to sell them. But I had an idea, and then I started building it for myself. And then once I worked it out for myself, I was able to sell it to my audience.
Yeah, that's a great one. Let me take a pause and really highlight what you just said. And guys, if you guys are building an audience just to build it because someone told you got to make a list, let me know in the comments as well. So for Ben, the easiest kind of a way to ease into it is, let me build something for myself. And if I build something for myself, maybe my audience might want it too. And so a lot of times, especially in the Chromeboss community, what I've seen is that they make a tool that would serve themselves as the first step. And then what they find out is that, oh, other people can use this too. And then you turn around and you're like, look at this massive Facebook group that I can sell to. Let's go into what made you say, okay, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna try again. What made you not throw in the towel? Because like you said, you try creating software before and it just didn't stick. It's your dream come true if you do have software with your subscribers. So tell me what worked out this time. What happened?
So my previous software ideas, I was going into markets I didn't know anything about, which can work, but it's a lot more difficult if you aren't in your own niche. Just like breaking into a foreign market, learning about that market, and trying to connect with those people. It's a lot more difficult if you aren't already familiar with that niche. So what worked out this time was I'm my own customer. So I know my own problems intimately when it comes to building software for it. So that helped immensely, just having an existing audience where I'm my own customer.
Yeah. So you felt more confident now that you know the pain points, like the problems to solve because you are using it yourself. So Nikos, thank you, Nikos, for participating so much. Nikos says, like, copy is rough imposter syndrome on the funnel copy. Yes. Okay. And Nikos has he has one too. Yeah. Awesome. So some of you guys are in the audience. You might have a Chrome extension before, or you just launched one, or you have one and you're struggling to bring sales to it. Let me know if it's like, hey, Kim, I know these Chrome extensions sell and it's still like a struggle fest for me to like go and do this. So take me through the journey of like, was it just this effortless thing for you, Ben, after you created your Chrome extension to start selling it like right away? Did you feel like it was like, okay, well, everyone's going to come here now that I've made it? Like, how was your journey from, because you got into Chromeboss for a reason, kind of. And
Yeah.
I kind of want to explore that thought process a little bit of like, how you have a Facebook group, it's pretty big, and you have your extension. Why aren't you like just sitting pretty with all the, here's my extension, I made it already, I make it, they will come. What compelled you to maybe join Chromeboss? And guys, when I had a conversation with Ben, it was hilarious because literally we had a whole conversation. He told me his whole life and like all his goals, hopes, dreams. And then at the end, I'm like, okay, you joining? He's like, I don't know, I'll just think about it. He's like, maybe not. And I'm like, what? so with Ben, I'm like, Ben, how about this? How about we reconnect on like 2 days ahead and just have a conversation and revisit this? And then Ben showed up just 2 days later, and he went from like, maybe not, Kim. He literally was like, no, I don't think so, to, okay, let's go, pay in full. And so I want to take me through that thought process of like, what changed your mind? Because you have an audience, you have a Chrome extension. Why did you feel like, hey, maybe I should get into Chromeboss?
I thought Chromeboss was good for like learning how to promote, like market. So that's like that's my weak area, is like, I never sent out an email in my life. I'm not very good at like automation and like funnels and stuff. So I thought Chromeboss would help me with that. And I figured there would be a positive ROI for me. So,
yeah,
I figured like, why not give it a shot? If like, this is like my dream. So, I gave it a shot.
Yeah, and you didn't go the route of like just like diving into like creating a funnel and all that stuff. When you got into Chromeboss, you did you're like, something happened that compelled you to go from like the not emailing, not sending an email in your life, not really doing stuff, to like now you've grossed over $4,000. I felt like your pace was kind of more rapid. Like you started moving faster, you started doing things more intentionally, maybe. And part of it is maybe because you made the investment in Chromeboss and you're like, I gotta get my ROI back.
That was part of it.
So that's definitely a part of it. So what did you end up finding in the community? How did it change things for you in terms of approaching the way that you would go and sell? Because you have sold, you collected money from your Chrome extension. How did entering into the Chromeboss community change the way you thought about things and made you move in a certain way?
It helped me get out of my head. Like I was always afraid of like launches, and then I spoke to Mike, who's also part of your group, and I was able to like sort out some like mindset issues with him, and I just like told my group about it after I talked to Mike. So
Yeah.
But I think like for me, I think there's a lot of pressure for like doing big launches when it comes to marketing.
Mhm.
And like I think it's okay to like go at your own pace and just like I just told my group about it. I didn't send out any emails. I just made a Facebook post. And every update I did, I'll just share a little video in my group about, hey, here's an update for my software. And people just like sign up after that. So it doesn't like launching doesn't have to be like this big complicated setup.
Yeah.
That I think it's intimidating for me anyways to do those kind of launches.
Yeah. And maybe you witnessed me going, look, I just went live and like I have an invoice link and
yeah,
look, I made like $1,900 to just like a little tiny Facebook live with literally an invoice link, no funnel, no nothing. And with the help of like also Michael, who's in our program, saying, you know, it's okay. It's okay for you to take those little tiny incremental steps, because those steps, while they might seem like smaller, not as grand, it still led to results for you. It still led to poking you forward, to moving the needle that's important for you to realize your dream, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas before you could, I think what's very dangerous is making decisions in the void of your own mind. And like if there isn't this community to help and support you moving forward, it's like you would I don't know what that future would look like, making your own decisions by yourself, kind of just thinking and having that mindset. So tell me more about like what mindset, what did it feel like to have those mindset blocks, and what do you think contributed to those mindset blocks before? Like how come it was so hard for you to just send one email or sell to your group when you have a pretty good group size? What stopped you before?
I think a lot of it is like what people might think, or if I screw up, like people won't like me anymore, or they'll yell at me. So like just getting rid of those thoughts is like is huge. I think like if you do things and you don't care what people think, like you can move a lot faster.
And you used to care what they think. I want to dive a little bit deeper, Ben. Like, so what made you honestly feel like, you know what, I'm just gonna do this? Like, it's, you know, the fact that it is your dream, which is owning software, that's been your dream since you were a little kid, that wasn't enough to have you go buy my stuff with your group. There was still something holding you back. So tell me, what was that like pivotal thing that made you go, you know, I don't really need to pay attention to the judgment that they might have, because my dream is more important than someone's judgment of me in that moment in time. Like and you mentioned that you spoke with Michael, so that's one thing. Was that it? Just like one conversation, or was there like a sequence of events that led to you going, okay, maybe I should do this for myself?
Part of it was talking to Michael, like if he helps you make a commitment, like and I stick with that, then like that helps me do it. And the other part is just like it comes with practice. Just like you do something once, it's like, oh, that wasn't hard, and then you do it again, and it's like, oh, that wasn't hard either. You know, it just becomes easier over time.
Yeah. So hint, and guys, you guys are watching, make sure you smash that heart button. Let me know if you find value in this interview. Who here suffers from mind blocks? feeling afraid of what other people might think if you go and you publish your thing. Let me know if you feel like you've been held back, and it's kind of, this is your dream. Your dream is to be able to be the CEO of your own software company, and or your dream is to be able to build this tribe and actually have a successful financial as well as personal life around your tribe. And let me know if this is you and there's still something like holding you back. With Ben, when I spoke with Ben over the phone, he was very much like, Kim, the last time I've invested in any program was years ago, and it was this one program, and that's it. And for the past years, I don't invest. And I'm like, okay, yeah. Ben, you were pretty like straightforward with me with that. So I got really surprised when we reconnected and you're like, okay, I'm in, let's go and do this. And tell me, and then you mentioned that in one of your posts, and you started really taking action. And one of the posts was like, hey, this is something more than just a course on Chrome extensions. So can you speak a little bit more about that, how Chromeboss Elite is not just like, hey, you make a Chrome extension and that's it. This is how you make it, and this is how you go and sell it. You mentioned that to you it felt like there's something more to this journey than just making a thing and giving it to your people. How did it change your perspective after you've entered Chromeboss? Or maybe that perspective switched back. Who knows? I don't know. This is live, and so I'm gonna ask you about like what was behind that comment that you made.
I'm not exactly sure which comment you mean, but I think just by being in Chromeboss, I started thinking more about like building teams and like how to connect with my audience differently and things like that. And I think you mentioned this before, like you're not just selling a product, you're like, oh, you're I think I remember now, like you're building a community too, like instead of just like a product.
Yeah. How's it different from before when you were building a community? Because you were building one anyway.
Oh, I guess like my focus got like more focused, I guess.
So you became more focused. Before it was, I'm building a community just to build one because they told me I got to build something, or I just got to build this and one day it's going to become something. So now it's, hey, there's a product of value I can give to them. And maybe that will, once I solve that problem for them, maybe there's other things that they need. Maybe this relationship that you have with them is not just this one thing. It can be helping them solve multiple problems throughout the foreseeable future. And so, I don't know, I'm just guessing if that means like you got more clear on what's the potential that you have in terms of helping your audience, and also, not bad being the CEO of your own software company as well. So it's tying in. This is how I'm going to interpret it. It's before you have an audience and there was this fear of judgment, fear of if I release to them something, if I send them an email, I don't know what's going to happen, to, oh, things are not that bad. I can go and I can do this. I can step into this role that I've been wanting to be the leader of for my life, and I can ease into it, and I'm supported in that process. And now I'm the real, like, instead of just me being an admin of the group, I'm really there for them. I'm really showing them the things that I want, and it becomes this more relaxed relationship with you and your audience. Whereas before, there were things holding you back in terms of even communicating with them by sending them one email. There was that. So, anyways, that's how I'm going to interpret it. Am I like getting
good.
at least something right in there?
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. So Nico says struggle bus. Nico, when are you getting in? Nico has been saying that he's getting into Chromeboss Elite for the past, I don't know, 3 launches. I'm calling you out, Nico. Come on in. Oh yeah, so here is a real fear. I'm not afraid of doing lives, but I'm afraid of my bosses finding out. Yeah, that's a real fear. Do you think that if your boss knows that you have a life outside of them, that you'll get like canned, or I don't know, that could be a real fear. I do know that as a boss myself, I tell my team members all the time, and they do pretty well with my team. I just say, don't let me be the only point of contact. Don't make sure that you have multiple streams of income coming in, because it's what I preach. I preach multiple streams of income, and I'm not anti-boss, because that would be like anti-team building, but it's also, I'm like, hey, like this life is kind of ridiculous if you think everything, all your income that is dependent upon your car, mortgage, it's one point. It's one point out there, which is your boss. I think it should definitely be multiple streams of income. So if 1 or 2 points go away, it's okay. You're fine. And this is what this Chromeboss journey is also about, because you're not just building one extension. You can, and you can have thousands of subscribers for it, but it's really having this peace of mind that not only are you serving your people, but you're essentially bulletproofing your income for the foreseeable future, as long as you keep on marching. So Ben, what are the plans that you have in your mind? Let me know, what were your plans, let's say, before you joined Chromeboss? What were your goals before, and then like after, now that you've grossed over $4,000, and you're like, okay, keep on at this, ROI is there, and what are the dreams that you have now that it's your power to forge this income based on, the Chrome extension? So tell me how your dreams have changed. They could be the same, but let me know if they've shifted.
Right now they're the same. But right now it's just me with my with my software. But eventually I like to start building out a team.
Yes.
Because I'm doing everything right now, like the programming and managing my group and everything. So eventually having a team would be nice, and then a few years from now I can see myself like selling the company if I wanted.
So. Exiting out of your company to do other projects, to do other software, bigger software, or Chrome extension, other Chrome extensions?
I thought about other software, but I think focusing on one right now is a good plan for me.
Yeah. So, all right. So why did you choose this particular software? Were you already using something similar and you're like, well, I can make this? Or were you like, what made you choose a keyword research Chrome extension, keyword tool Chrome extension?
Yeah. I mean, I was doing keyword research manually for my own websites, and I basically automated that process. So it works a lot better than a lot of other tools out there, actually. So
what are the ways that works better?
So a lot of keywords, they just like a lot of keyword tools, they just give you a list of keywords.
Yeah.
And there's no like search intent behind them. Like there's a lot of junk keywords that you don't care about.
Yeah.
So mine's like really focused on like bloggers and niche builders.
Yeah.
Where all the keywords are like actually useful. So I do a lot of filtering, and then I analyze them and organize them, and I speed up the process of doing competition analysis, which is what a lot of tools get wrong when they do that.
How do they get wrong, and how does your tools do it right?
So the right way to do it is to analyze the search results for that keyword in Google manually.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then you have to like look at the top 10 results and figure out like, are they targeting that keyword or not, and how authoritative they are. Other tools, they often go by like how many backlinks that website has, which kind of helps, but is also wrong because they might not even be relevant for that keyword. And then other times they go by advertising spend, which only works for advertising. So that misses the mark as well. So I'm just speeding up the process of what people would do manually.
Yeah.
And analyze the keywords.
Yeah, and that's what a Chrome extension can accomplish. It speeds up the manual process usually. And it becomes this custom solution that you have control over. So that's great. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, a lot of times people research keywords, and there is a lot of junk keywords in these free or these keyword tools out there. And and so, yeah, guys, Ben has a keyword tool solution where he's very deliberate. And this is the beauty in custom little tiny Chrome extensions, because there might be that cookie cutter solution out there that misses the mark because it's built for like the masses, or it's built just in a certain way where the leaders are like, this is good enough. And here you go with Ben, and he's like, well, you can do it in a better way. You can be smarter about this. And, and now he owns that solution, and he helps himself. You use it yourself, right? And now other people can benefit from Ben's intentional approach at it. Because, with Chrome extensions, it's your own solution. It's your way of doing things. And it doesn't, Ben codes his own extension too. So he doesn't need to like pay a developer. But if he were to pay a developer, it's not going to be something that would like bankrupt him, or he wouldn't have to spend, well, actually, I don't know how much it would cost, but normally Chrome extensions are not super, super expensive to create either. So let's explore a little bit about, okay, now you have this awesome keyword tool. How did you go about selling it up to like $4,000 in gross sales? Like, take me through that journey. And it could be like, oh, I'd made a post here, and then I made a post here. Was it literally like a couple of posts? Take me through that journey of, this is how I got to $4,000 gross. Like, what did you end up experimenting with?
So through my group, I did a lot of networking with people, with other influencers. Just by having my group, I was able to do that. So a few of these other influencers gave me a shout out in their own group or on their YouTube channel, which helped a lot. And then I just made a couple posts in my group, and every major update I have with my software, I just make a 5-minute or a 2-minute video, and I just share it in my group. And I don't use any sales tactics or anything. I just show them like how it works, and people like realize the benefit in it, and they just sign up after usually.
Yeah,
so it's a pretty simple approach to marketing.
And do you have plans to do a bigger launch maybe later on down the line? Are you planning to have affiliates? Are you planning to, like you said, you're planning to build out a team? So it would be hiring someone to kind of not have you do every single little thing. So what are your, when you're thinking about like not doing everything in your position right now, and you want to build out a team, what are your plans to be able to go and now get more sales, and then leveraging your team to bring back time for yourself? And what would you do with that extra time? What would you be spending with that extra time? Because you're doing everything right now, coding. And by the way, guys, if you're listening in, isn't it great? He's a one-man show with like, and then he grossed $4,000 from his extension, as you know, without a large team. That's amazing. That's, and without any boss telling him what to do. So, yeah, I think I don't know if you got my question. Maybe
Yeah.
it was too broad.
So I am planning on coming out with a affiliate program, which might be the next thing I work on in terms of my software. It'd be nice to have like people promoting for me, and I could just focus on other things while I get automated sales, which is really nice. So I'm doing the programming right now, but eventually, like, it might be good to have someone else helping out in that regard once I get bigger. And then maybe set up some automation stuff, maybe some chatbots or something like that, or emails.
Yeah. Like you're like, maybe I'll do everything else eventually.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's great that the bare things that you're doing now are resulting in sales. And so let me know about like what's your what's your goal in terms of, let's say a whole year passes by, right? You're in the Chromeboss for like a whole year.
Mm-hmm.
What's your like number that you're trying to hit with your sales? What's that sales goal? I'm gonna say, instead of sales, I'm gonna say sales and the number of lives you've impacted because of your tool working for them in a better way than like a cookie cutter keyword tool search out there. Yeah, what do you have, like a certain number in mind? How much monthly reoccurring income are you aiming for? Let's say it's a year past. Like, what's that number in your head, or what's that?
I don't know. I generally don't like income goal questions.
Oh, okay. All right. So you're like, it can be whatever number as long as it's bigger than right now.
Well, it's like I'm just learning how to walk, and then that's like asking like how fast I want to run. It's like I don't know. I'm still walking here.
Okay. All right. Well,
that's how I view it. So
continue walking. How has your experience been so far inside Chromeboss Elite? Talk to me about like, have you connected with others? Have you you show up to the calls? You're like an action taker. You go and you do it. It's not something that, it's not a course that you buy and you put on the shelf. You're actually like pushing yourself to go and sell and pitch and like tweak and do all the things. So let me know about like your experience inside of the community, and yeah, who have you connected with? What did you enjoy about it? Things like that.
yeah. So I'm usually on the 2 calls a week that there are, the 2 coaching calls, and it's a way for me to ask questions. Like I don't necessarily have to like you can't cover everything in the material, like, because people have so many questions. So like if I have like a special question, I can just ask it on the call and have it answered. And there's RJ, who's good because he's like more of a programmer.
Mm-hmm.
So if I have like a technical question, I can like ask him. And there's you, who's like the boss. So if like managing teams and things like that, like you're like the more marketing side, in my opinion. Like, does that make sense?
Yeah.
So whatever question they have is good to ask.
Yeah. If you have a more technical question, you can ask RJ.
Yeah.
If you have a more marketing, team building type of question, you can ask me. Although you're a team of one, and eventually,
But like moving forward,
you feel like you can be supported in this process that you have with the vision, where you're not doing everything, you're building out a team, and that you have support in that if you have questions around it.
Mhm.
Because I'm not a one-man show either.
No.
I definitely have a team built out. So cool. And are you looking to, well, by the way, thank you for saying that. That makes me feel like, we do put a lot of work into Chromeboss, and I feel like, although we are constantly just doing things and making sure that we add to the program, we look at where it's lacking and we like course correct it. I feel like it's this entity that keeps on moving. While it keeps on moving and keeps on growing, I am glad that you feel like, hey, if there is a question, I can hop into a call and ask it. And I think some programs are so big that you're like lost in the crowd, and there's like tons of people showing up on the calls like all the time, and you barely can squeeze in anytime. And definitely Chromeboss is not that. I think that was one of the questions that concerned you. You're like, hey, do I really have access? Can I really ask my question and it will be answered? And yeah, and so for you, there's no worry about if you have a question that it's just gonna get like lost and depressed or anything like that. So
yeah, usually everyone is taken care of on the calls every week. So if they have questions, they're answered.
yeah, have you had your questions answered by another student, like a random person in the community? Or
Well,
no?
Mike helped me.
Yeah, Mike.
Yeah. And then
Feel like
sometimes I
that's
just
it.
might. There's a chat, the chat group too. So
Yeah, we have a hyper chat support, and it can get pretty noisy in there, but it's also like there for support, a lot of moral support, or just answering little questions here and there
yeah.
as well. All right. What is it? Hey guys, for me to see your profile, you have to allow it on StreamYard. Otherwise, Facebook user says, keep up the good work, Ben. All right, Ben, I usually go for like about an hour, 50 minutes to an hour for these interviews. So today, let's wrap this up with saying, okay, where can they find you? What is your keyword tool called? And if they have any questions, what's the best place to like come over and ask you questions about I don't know, your name doesn't show up and you're testing it. Okay, keep on testing. Oh, it's Betty. Hey Betty, yay. Betty is in Group Convert Ignite. Thanks for showing up, Betty. So yeah, where can they find you, Ben? I'm very excited for your journey and building out a team. And also, yeah, where can they reach you?
You can find me on Facebook. I pretty much live on Facebook. And then my tool is called keywordchef.com. Or if you want to email me, you can do ben@keywordchef.com as well.
Ben@keywordchef.com and also keywordchef.com. Yeah, I don't know, Sandra. It's not working, but it's okay. We know who you are, Sandra. Sandra is inside Chromeboss Elite as well. She is on her way with her extension. All right, you guys. So today go ahead and follow Ben at keywordchef.com, Ben at keywordchef, and then go ahead and message him on Facebook. He says he lives on Facebook, something that a lot of us might also relate to. Right? But it was a pleasure having you, Ben. I try to sometimes I do an interview with like a Chromeboss, and yeah, like you're not like used to a lot of lives, so I try to like move the conversation on, so you're a little bit more comfortable answering.
Yeah, that helps me.
Hopefully I did a good job with that. And thank you so much for showing up today. I really appreciate you. And guys, he created a tool that works better than a lot of other keyword tools out there. Keywordchef.com. I'm not even an affiliate. He has no affiliate program. Just like straight up go there. But I love supporting my Chrome bosses. I love their journey. I love it when I see that transformation, especially when it went from like, Kim, yeah, I'm not going to invest in your program, like, bye, to, okay, let's go, pay in full, let's freaking rock this. And then within a month, he grossed over $4,000, and he's still in the program for the rest of the year. So we'll see what other crazy milestones Ben reaches in the future. So thank you, Ben.
Cool. Thank you, Kim.
All right, I'm gonna click so I click end. I remove you. You'll be in the green room. You can remove yourself from the green room, and I'm gonna continue just closing up this with the audience. So just giving you instructions. All right, bye, Ben. Have a great day. Bye. Okay, guys. So that was Ben. Awesome Chromeboss. Before like a month and a half before, he didn't even send any email. He still hasn't sent an email. But this is what we get to do. We don't need to build out huge funnels. We don't need to go and like be a marketing master, be a marketing guru. You don't have to be like a crazy live person going live all the time. You can be someone who, Ben knows how to code, so that's also like in Ben's favor. But you don't have to be this crazy charismatic marketing guru master person to monetize from your Chrome extension. What makes a big difference is that you have a community to support you through the ups and downs, and to lovingly just push you in the right direction, so that you commit to yourself and you commit to this life of being able to own software. It's your own. You're not at the mercy of like other people and bosses and all these things. So with that said, I am going to go ahead and share my screen here. And I'm going to just walk you through, because this is the last day before cart closes. I'm just going to walk you through the order page of Chromeboss Elite. And for those of you who already booked a call with us, because we have a few calls booked left this week, you've already locked in on the previous price. Every time we launch, we increase our prices. So this is Chromeboss Elite Academy here. This is the only simple software program that teaches you how to automate and scale your software business to 6 figures and beyond with a predictable system that works again and again. Chromeboss Elite Academy is for you if you're ready to create your own simple software business, learn how to start earning passive income effortlessly, eliminate shiny object syndrome for good, get rid of the pain of regret. What if, let's say that you just don't do this. You don't start your journey of having your own solution, and it's just a dream that, maybe one day you'll do it. Maybe that one day. So we don't want that to happen. We don't want you to live with this pain of like, oh man, I should have, could have, but I just didn't. You want to implement strategies to increase cart value per subscriber, achieve marketplace approval, get coaching and implementation on all the subscriber scaling methodologies we have available. Ben mentioned that This is also about building out something where you don't have to be the only person. We do make sure that when you're ready to go and scale, that you're building out the systems for your team. And when you have questions about marketing, you have questions about subscribers, you can go and ask me, and I'm available inside the group every single Friday. You have location independence with the business. You can check in from anywhere. Because Chrome extensions, there's unlimited inventory. The solution sits online and it's available with a click. You don't have to rent an office or a warehouse anywhere. You could check in from anywhere in the world, and you own online assets that appreciates over time with the customers that you pull in, and they're actually using it, and they're using your Chrome extension daily, weekly. How many of you guys actually use my Chrome extension? And I have like 8 now. And how often are you using it? Most of you are probably using the extensions every single day or every single week, right? So it's an asset that is of true value that your audience will tap into. And that's you being the top of mind to their journey. When they open a browser, before they enter into the wild, wild west of Google, they are looking at your Chrome extension and seeing your brand, seeing your face, seeing your name. And even if it's not your face or your name, it's your brand. Like QuickLinkConvert, this little G pops up every single time you guys open up your browser, or one of my subscribers open up their browser. It's top of mind authority. It's vision real estate. And that's what you get to have when you enter this world. And you walk away with your own Chrome extension business. Some of you already have a Chrome extension, but you're struggling with getting subscribers. And some of you guys even gave away your Chrome extension licenses without charging anything. It's time to change that story for you. When you have monthly recurring income from your subscribers, you're no longer hunting. You know exactly what your next month will look like. So the Chromeboss Elite Academy is my 12-month simple software business incubator. Why 12 months? Does it take 12 months to get results? No, it does not take 12 whole months to get results. It's 12 months because you're not building this one little thing to throw away. You're building this legacy. You're building out a team. You're building out multiple Chrome extensions for your portfolio. And you're able to have the skills to do this again and again, rinse and repeat. My specialty is combining the idea, the developer, the subscriber engine. All you need is the idea, the developer, and the subscriber. And if you know how to code, that's great, but you don't need to know how to code. So after your simple software offer, I will continue to help you rinse and repeat the process to build out your entire portfolio. So Chromeboss Elite is a live coaching program. This is not a course. The value is in the live. We do have pre-recorded modules in chronological order for you to go and consume. But the value is the fact that it's live, so I can course correct you if you go about a certain way. Just like, Ben, he didn't have to build out a whole funnel. He didn't have to build out like a whole system. He didn't need to do all that automation up front to go and collect cash. It's very simply showing up and having the results. They don't take time. They only take courage. And before, if you don't have the courage, it might take you years and years to even reach there, to even reach that goal that you think you want. But again, results don't take time. They just take courage. And with the help of a community, with the help of having conversations and being able to be pushed in the right direction, that's the true value, so that you can actually unlock yourself to your potential in this world. If we only have one, well, depends on your belief. I believe I have this one life, and I'm going to make the most of it, right? If it's one life, if it's your blood, sweat, and tears, if it's all you've got, if it's the well-being of yourself, if it's being able to support your family. I can support my my parents now because of these little Chrome extensions. I can support my team because of these little Chrome extensions. So this is the gateway in order for you to go and have more consistent cash flow, not starting from zero every month, have location independence. You can go and work from anywhere with a smaller lean team, or with Ben's case, like literally team of one, and getting those profits. Because nothing sells better than software. We all know that. Getting to the yes or no right away is one little video. Ben just like went live and just provided an update. Like, hey guys, this is what I updated. This is my next latest update, and this is what it is. And right after that, he said, hey, I would get purchases. So it is yes, getting yes or no right away with one video. You're not going and begging people. You're not going door to door knocking. I know some of you guys are network marketers, and I am not anti like affiliate or network marketing or anything like that. But I do know that nothing sells better than software. You get to the yes or no right away, and you're exchanging true value, so that for you to get more income, to have that financial abundance that you deserve, it's not dependent upon like other people selling other things. You're not selling something to sell something to sell something. It's completely different than that. And maybe you already know this is possible, but we know so many who haven't found success on their own, right? They spend money on paid traffic. They never see a single subscriber, thinking if you build it, they'll come, or pay for subscription fees all your life and never turning the table around to have others pay them instead. I've spoken to some of you, you're in your, 40s, 50s, and you're like, whoa, I never knew this world was possible, Kim. And that's why I say, oh, good thing you're bumping into me now. Or they leave a bridge half built, funnels half formed, spending all that time and money with nothing to show for it, or stopping short of the finish line and not completing the race, never starting this subscriber engine at all. I learned about this world back in 2008 when someone I went on a date with said, Kim, do you know this world exists? It's possible. But I waited a decade until I saw his company went public on NASDAQ. So I want this to be that moment for you where you're not me. You don't say, no, okay, that's cool, that exists, but I'm just going to go back to what I'm doing and what's comfortable. Instead, you will say, you know what? The best time to plant a tree is probably years ago or months ago when I heard about this world from Kim, and I'm attending all her trainings. But this is my time now, and I'm going to start my subscriber engine journey now. So, but at the end of a lifetime, and this might sound dramatic, but it's the truth. At the end of the lifetime, do you want to look back and see a whole sea of subscribers who have supported you not only financially throughout your life, but also emotionally, and also encouraging you? I've had some of my subscribers hunt me down at live events just so that they could say, thank you, Kim. And that kind of appreciation is rare. It's rare. But what we're doing is also not normal. This is abnormal, right? We are software owners. That is not the vast majority of people out there, right? So no more fear of carrying out bad advice on something that's so important to you. You can get subscribers before you build it. We have a Launch Like a Pro system where you can go and do your pre-launch process and collect payment even before you ever create or release your software. You can get subscribers without running paid ads. You can do it all with a small list. And best of all, you're solving, like Ben, you're solving your own problems. You're solving that extra click, that extra thing you would do manually anyways. And in this process, you find out that other people might want the same solution you created for yourself. And that's where you get your subscribers. That's one of the ways that you can just step into this role of being the CEO of your own software company without making it like, oh my God, I got to do so many things. I got to write all these emails out. You can get subscribers without being a camera person, a marketing, advertising master, charismatic, tech savvy, and you don't need tons of cash for tools, development, and getting subscribers. You don't have to be well connected or have friends in the software world to succeed. This is what my clients have said about my coaching. Robert McCorkle went from $0 to $6,000 a month in 5 months. I have students from all over the world, from all age brackets. And, some of them have seen their first $1,000 days. Some of them have made $1,200. Oh, I'm going to be interviewing another Chrome boss on Friday who made $42,000 from his Chrome extension and doing over $2,000 monthly reoccurring passive income from it. And and that will be Friday. So all right, this is for you guys if you are just listening in now and you haven't seen my offer before. Explode your income and influence with me. Here's what you get. You get access to Chromeboss Masterclass. It's everything I have in pre-recorded videos. It's a value of $1,997. You also get access to a step-by-step formula that shows you how to build an automated, simple software business that doesn't suck the time out of your life, where some of my tribe is like, Kim, you need to write down the step-by-step. I don't want to watch a bunch of videos. Can I get it in the step-by-step format? And that's what we've done. We've written it out line by line, what you should do in day 0 to day 5, day 5 to day 10, all the way to day 30. You also have 2 times a week subscriber scaling marketing coaching access. And again, if you have technical questions, there's a more technical coach in the program. His name is RJ, and he teaches on Thursdays. And I do not know how to code, and I'm not a technical person at all. And I'm okay with teaching you marketing as well as getting over your own self. That is one of it, being able to bypass the things that have been holding you back and eventually building out your team. And that's a value of $4,997. Because what are we doing, right? We're here to be able to take time back for ourselves. And if we just do everything or we're drowning into everything, then that's not taking time back for ourselves. So you learn how to be able to do this in a way where the income is truly passive. I know some of you naysayers, some of you guys are like, Kim, is it really passive income? I mean, come on, is it really passive? With the systems in place, yeah, it can be passive. At first, you're going to be doing a lot, one-man show. And we're building out the structure for it to be passive for you. You also have access to my black box list of Chrome extension ideas. So if you're waiting to get into Chromeboss Elite because you have no idea what to do at all, do something very similar to what Ben did. Look for a problem that you would want solved yourself right now in your world. Looking around, what are the things you're clicking on that requires too many clicks? What are the things that you wish it could have been just faster, but you're doing it the manual way online? There are gaps in almost every single software out there that are big that a Chrome extension can go and fill in. And Chrome extensions are as simple as, hey, let's bulk add some friends on Facebook. Let's bulk delete some friends. Let's go and copy and paste this thing, but do it faster. So our black box list of Chrome extension ideas lets you go and see what ideas have already existed, and all you need to do is create your own version. I strongly see your Chrome extension as the best-selling book that you publish into the world. You make your own version. You're going to have your own users. You're going to have your own followers. So you also have access to my market research blueprint, which lets you go. And it's one thing for me to teach you how to fish. It's another thing for me to give you fish. The other way around. It's one thing for me to give you fish. It's another thing for me to teach you how to fish. So I teach you how to be able to wake up and know in your mind that the idea that you choose will have subscribers. And that's my market research blueprint, so that you can go off on your own. And let's say you're out of the Chromeboss Elite and you have done the year and now you want to create more Chrome extensions. You have that ability, you have that blueprint, you know what to do, and it's all the strength is within you. Also, you have access to my App Launch Heroes list, where I interview 6 to 7 to 8 figure digital marketers, and I ask them, hey, can they be poked at by my community? Can they come into my, can my Chromebosses be featured on their six-figure blog, on their YouTube channel? And a lot of them say, yeah, of course, I'm okay with that, because my community are composed of software CEOs, and there's affiliate commissions attached to all the software. You also have access to my Launch Like a Pro system, and the Launch Like a Pro answers the question of when I want to launch, and if I don't have an extension, what does that look like? When I want to launch and I have an extension, what does that look like? How can I have people pay me during a pre-launch process? And that's what my Launch Like a Pro system provides. It's the funnel, it's the emails, it's the exact post, it's the plug and play system that we take you through so that you could collect cash even before you deliver your extension. And it would help you also launch if you have an extension already. You also have access to my list of Chrome extension developers. I've been approached throughout the years by a lot of developers wanting to work with my students, with my Chromebosses. And I make sure that, hey, they're responsive, they deliver, and they understand your journey as you go through the process, because they've done it for other students in the community as well. You also have yearly access to 5 of my software all in one. So you get access to a yearly access to 5 of my software: GroupConvert, which lets you collect emails from Facebook groups; QuickLinkConvert, which lets you pull links from a Google Sheet to your screen so that you can go ahead and quickly pull links into conversation, because if you're doing intimacy marketing, you're messaging people in order to sell things, it quickly pulls up those links for you and you can paste it in conversation. You also have access to my Instagram extension. You also have access for a year to my ClickFunnels cloning extension that clones ClickFunnels pages. You also have access to my tribe building extension, which is the Linktree extension here. And then you also have access to 1 license to comment funnels, which lets you comment below automatically a post. If you're like, comment #me, and you can go ahead and comment back per keyword. You also have access to 1 year unlimited search access to Chromeflix.net to find the hottest extensions. And Chromeflix.net is a search engine for Chrome extensions. Usually they charge you $15 a month. But you get 1 year access, and you can go and click on trends mode, and you can see how these extensions are growing. So some extensions are growing at a rate of 100,000 users a day. Some are growing at a rate of 90,000 users a day. Some are growing at a rate at 80,000 users a day. So while Chrome extensions are teeny tiny software, we know it's much more than that. It's the gateway for an access to a buyer's list that will be able to go ahead and come into everything else that you have. A lot of times, the people who first subscribed to me on my first extension end up buying every other extension that I publish, because you're really building a relationship with your users for life, and they follow you throughout your life. To if they find another extension useful, they'll go and they'll buy that too. All right, super bonuses are my pay in full bonuses. You get a one-on-one personalized battle plan session with me where I take a look at everything that you have and I tell you, okay, this is like the exact things you need to do next to go ahead and monetize and charge for your extension to be able to get subscribers. You also get access to my Chromeboss Tribe Builder package, which is unlimited licenses with my Chromeboss Vaults. You get to sell and keep 100% of the profits of 5 of my extensions. And it looks like this, where it's a dashboard, and you can also automate the process as well. You also have access to my hiring manager, helping you find the perfect person for your simple software, which is a value of $3,000. You also have access to the exclusive Messenger chat support group, where my team is in there. developers, vetted developers are in there. Other Chromeboss Elites are in there for you to ask your question any time of day, and you're part of this hyper chat support group. And sometimes the support group is meant for, hey guys, I need a testimonial, or hey guys, what do you think of this logo? Hey guys, what do you think of this? And you're asking other members and my own team members, their opinion to see, okay, you need to have some testimonials. Who volunteers to do some testimonials in exchange for testing out a software? It's the community that you get to tap into. And with the pay in full, you have VIP lifetime access to our Facebook group community of elite software CEOs. So you have access to all these people who are elite software CEOs. They are making their own dent in their own universes with their own people, and that is priceless. I asked myself when I started this journey, in a couple of years' time, who do I want to be surrounded by? I want to be surrounded by kick-ass people who are releasing their software products into the world, solving real problems and changing real lives. And with the pay in full, you get VIP lifetime access. So if you don't do the pay in full, you get the yearly access. But if you do the pay in full, you get the lifetime access. I stacked on this partner with Kim bonus, which is an unlocking bonus. So if you have your extension and you have an affiliate program, I will interview you in front of my audience. And that includes sending an email to my audience and then having you show up to an interview. In order for you to not go at this, you're already not going at this alone, but to feature your story, and making sure that that we get your story out there, even if you feel like, oh, I don't normally do this, but it will help you do this not alone. You're already not alone, but this is another level to not being alone. And the total value of this is over $65,000. But I'm not gonna do 65 or charge you 50 or 40 or 30 or even 10 or even 9 or 8. You pay $4,997 today, or you go ahead and you do the pay in full and you save $1,391. It's a pretty big amount if you do the pay in full that you get saved. And if you have any questions whatsoever, you go to chromebosslive.com/special. You could click here to schedule a call with me and my team, and we will be able to answer whatever questions you have left before you enroll. Again, enrollment ends midnight tonight. Make sure you book a call to save your spot inside the program. We are starting next week on Monday. And this enrollment class the cart is closing today, so make sure you at least book a call. We do have a results guarantee, so if you follow all the steps and sections of the program, you take the action, you do the homework, we guarantee you'll be able to reach at least $2,000 a month recurring income and sales within the first 12 months, plus the system to do this over and over again for life, or we will work with you until you do, which means past 1 year if we have to. There's 5 hours left. We have a bunch of Chromebosses already joined us for Elite for this enrollment period, and I'm super excited to be able to have you guys come on in, and make sure that there are 5 hours left. So make sure that if you have any residual questions, anything like that, make sure you go ahead and schedule a call, or go ahead and message my team and I in Messenger messages. So with that said, there's the upfront bonuses, pay in full upfront $4,997, or do the payment plan at $1,597. You go ahead and you fill this out and you click complete order and you get into Elite. Okay, guys, this is the very last call for this week. I'm really excited. Let me go ahead and stop the share. I'm super excited to have this enrollment period come in and get started for you on your passive income journey. I want to say that I've done a lot of these launches. I've done a lot of these launches again and again. And some of you guys have been on the fence and looking at each launch over and over again and not pulling that trigger, not saying, okay, it's my time. How many months is it that you're going to sit on the sidelines while everyone else goes and launches and kind of just take control of their journey and pass you by? The reason why I'm reminding you of cart close again, because some of you guys are like, oh my gosh, Kim, I forgot about this until you made that post. Oh my gosh, Kim, I forgot about my life got so busy and I didn't even think about it. So that's why we're going live again today. And to remind you that the cart is closing, that if you have been sitting on the sidelines and waiting for months and months, how many more months do you want to wait until you start this journey? You could have already started this journey months ago, and by now you would have an extension and subscribers. So one of the questions I want to leave you with is, in a month from now, in 1 month from now, or 2 months from now, where do you want to be? Do you want to attend another 5-day training? Or instead of just starting at the very beginning, a month from now, 2 months from now, you're past the beginning and you're on your way to the finish line. You're on your way with your subscribers. So if the timeline of your life, if you want 1 month or 2 months from now, would you rather just begin again in a few months, or would you want to actually be on your way? So that's the question I want to leave you with, and that is all for today. I will see you guys in this group, and we have some free training in the future about Chrome extension sales. We have an interview on Friday with J.R. McKee, who did over $42,000 from his extension. And continuing this journey, I've been preaching about Chrome extensions almost every single month for the past 2 years. I'm not going to stop speaking about them. And yeah, exciting things ahead. We're actually going to be doing some live events as well. So if you are interested in learning more information about our actual physical face-to-face live events and masterminds, then #live events, and my team and I will reach out to you, because this is not just me talking behind a screen. It is being able to connect with you and actually have like a real life journey together. Okay? Have a great day. I'll see y'all in the group. Bye. Have a wonderful night. Oh yeah. If you like that video, then you will love all the resources that I have over at kimcdang.com. That is KIMCDANG.com. There you will find all my courses, my extensions, all the offers that I have, as well as a lot of free resources if you are just getting started.